So in the last session, what we did was we covered many things, right? First of all, what did we cover? Do you recall? Do you recall, guys? What are the concepts that we recall that we went through that we did? Mostly we did uh, jump statements, right? We did jump statements, correct? In jump statements, what were the things? Pass, continue, and break. And then the next thing was nested loops. So in nested loops, what did we discuss? We discussed a few patterns. And what did we discuss? We discussed how we print various kind of numbers, right? We discussed loops inside loops. We discussed for loop inside for loop. So those kind of things we discussed, and we just got a hint of how the patterns work, right? Now, um, and loops inside loops, right? Those are the basic things that we discussed, right? Now, our next main important thing is for today's agenda. This agenda is mainly LCM and GCD or HCF, right? And some more patterns. We'll see the logic of those. We'll discuss the logic. How do we think about the logic building? How did get the logic building? So let's try to understand how and what actually GCD is and how we find it. So if we see, if we look at the full, oh, so in GCD or HCF, what does that mean actually? Greatest common divisor or highest common factor. So everything, the entire meaning of this thing is here. Greatest common divisor or highest common factor. So let's suppose we want the GCD of two numbers in the beginning, right? Let's suppose we want to find the GCD of two numbers. So if we take the two numbers as, what do we take? First, let's take 16 and one is 24. Okay, what it is saying? It is saying I want the greatest common divisor or factors. So what are the factors or divisors? Any number which divides this number are its factors, right? Are its factors or its divisors, right? So what are all the divisors of this 16? First is 1. 1 divides everything, every number, right? Then the next one is 2. Then the next one is 4. Then the next one is 8. And the next one is 16 itself. So any number will have minimum to minimum two divisors or factors. One is 1 and one is itself. So those two are common. Those two are fixed, right? And similarly, what are the divisors of 24? First is 1, next is 2, Next is 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and itself 24. Right? Now it is saying that I want the greatest common divisor. These are the divisors, and which is the greatest common divisor. Now, if we see that this is also a common divisor, this is also a common divisor, this is also a common divisor, and this is also a common divisor or factor, right? But which one is the greatest? 8 is the greatest. So 8 is the GCD or HCF. Got it? The concept is clear, guys. Concept, you got it? How this thing, what this thing is actually based on. So this actually is the largest number which is common in both, right? Therefore, GCD of 16 comma 24 is 8. Concept wise, it's clear, guys, that how, that what is GCD, how we find like how the GCD we take it, what is the concept? It's clear, guys. Anyone there?
Yes, then.
Thank you. All right. So next, let's try to find the GCD of 24 and 36. Let's try to find out using this same thing that how we did before, right? Okay. So used. Let me just plug my. So anyone, if you want to unmute and if you want to be there with me and help me in finding this, what will be the first one? One. Next one is mm,
Two,
two. Next is
three,
three. Next
four,
four. Next,
6,
next,
8,
next,
12,
next.
24.
Yes. And for 36,
1,
one,
2,
two,
3,
three,
4,
four,
6,
six,
12.
12,
Yes.
9.
Yeah,
9.
9,
9 is there. Next is 12. Next,
18,
18. Yes, next,
36.
36. Correct. So, similarly, if you see, this is also a common divisor. This is also a common divisor. This is also a common divisor. This is also one. This is also one. This is also one. But who is the largest? 12 is the largest, right? So, GCD of 24 comma 36 is 12, right? Now, concept we understood. How do we write the code for this one, right? Because we don't want the class 5, 6 maths that we don't know, we cannot write using pen and paper, right? We just cannot give it. Now, for that, we need to understand, we need to observe something. We need to observe something here that whatever the GCD is, whatever the GCD that we found here in these cases, are these GCD smaller than the number itself? Can you see? Did you observe that the number that we are finding, which is either which is 8 or which is 12, are these numbers always lesser than this, or always lesser than the numbers, the both the numbers of which we are finding? Can you find out any scenario in which the GCD of two numbers can be bigger than either of those numbers? Can you think of any scenario such like that? Let me deep dive a little bit more. So here, what you saw, both in both these scenarios, they had some common divisors, right? They had this many number of factors, and they are. Let's suppose we think about the prime numbers. Let's suppose one is 5 and one is 7. So for 5, only 1 and 5. For 7, only 1 and 7, right? So what is it? So if both the numbers are prime, they will always have their GCD as 1, right? They don't have any kind of similarities, right? And if both the numbers are same, if both the numbers are same, so 5 and 5, the GCD, what will be there? 1 and 5. And what will be 1 and 5? Either itself, right? This is the max case, right? In this case, the number itself is the GCD. If both the numbers are completely different, like both the numbers are prime numbers, then the GCD will be 1. If both the numbers are same that we want the GCD of, then we will have the GCD as the number itself. So you see, the maximum ceiling that is touching is itself, right? It is either itself or always lesser than itself. Did you observe that? Can you find any scenario in which the GCD in which is the GCD is bigger than the numbers? Is it possible? Guys, think and tell me.
It's not possible.
Is not possible, right? If you can find, please tell me. But it's not possible actually. So this is one thing that we can conclude here, that the GCD of two numbers, GCD of, let's suppose, which is A and B, is always less than or equal to the minimum of both the numbers, right? Because if you see, if we had a scenario like this, I'll write side by side. Let's suppose if we had a scenario like this, that one is 8, one is 16. What are its 1, 2, 3? Oh, sorry, 1, 2, 4, and 8. What are its 1, 2, 4, 8, 16? Right? What is it? 8. It will always be, the GCD will always be lesser than or equal to the numbers, than both the numbers. The minimum of both the numbers, not even the greater number. Another scenario, let's suppose 3 and 9. In this case also, what are the numbers? 1, 3, and 9. This case also, 3 is the one. So the GCD is less than or equal to the minimum of both the numbers. Is this clear, guys? Are you able to relate that? Is it clear?
Yeah, yes, Nayan.
Okay, clear. Now, based on this, we will try to formulate the code of this one, right? So, for the code, what we will say, from the user, what we will say, we will take A as an input, that is the first number. How do we write input? We will take We cannot simply write input, right? What is the thing that we need to write it before input? Tell me. Anybody remember? Can we just write input to take a number as an input? Is it correct?
int.
Yes, int. We need to typecast it.
Yeah.
So first, if I just write without the int, it will take a string, and that string will be typecasted into the int so that we can do some operations on it. Okay, guys. Next one. So we will take b also. B also an input. These are the two numbers of which the GCD we want to find out, right? Now, because the number, uh, the number that the GCD, the answer that is going, it is. If you see, if you observe here, it is the minimum to minimum will be one, right? And the max it can go to the max is the minimum of both the numbers, right? So we have the range. We can find out the range like this. So for that, what we will need, we will in the beginning, we will need the minimum of both the numbers. So what we will do in another variable x, we will store the minimum of both the numbers. So this is a built function of Python, which automatically finds out the gives us the minimum of both the numbers. Okay. So we will use that. So now we will iterate through this range. How we will iterate, you will see. So what we will do is, if you see,
Sorry, Nayan, to
yeah,
interrupt. Can we write the previous line as mean b comma a?
yeah,
It's okay, right?
yeah, no problem. You write min of 1 comma 2, min of 2 comma 1. Does it matter what are the values inside these functions? No, right? Both are same, both are valid.
Okay. Yeah.
Now what we will do is, now because the maximum can be the minimum, and the minimum can be, that is the GCD of both the numbers. The maximum can be x, that is the minimum of both the numbers, and the minimum can be 1. But because 1 can be the answer, so what we are doing, we are making the limit as 0. I hope you guys are able to understand why I'm writing this 0, because in range, whatever the in range function, whatever the starting point is, it will start from here, but whatever the end point is here, it will always go to n minus 1, right? So so we have given here as 0, so that it at least goes to the next step of 0, right? If it was starting, because now this is a negative hop, right? If it is negative hop, then it will decrement, but at this one, we want the next one. So that's why we have given here as 0. If we had given here as 1, then it would have gone till the 2, right? But we need our answer to go to 1, right? Because 1 is a possible value. So that's why what we have done is we have given as 0 here. Is this clear, guys? Anyone has any confusion for this? If you want, I can repeat this, because we had discussed this range function before.
Yeah, repeat once because
Sure.
little bit
So
confused it is.
sure, no problem. So what we did was, in range function, let's suppose range 1 to 5. Range 1 to 5 means it will start from 1. That means it will include the 1. It will take 2. It will take 3. It will go till 4. it won't include this 5. Okay, and if there is no hop, if there is no other parameter, then what it thinks as, it thinks that there is only a hop of 1. That means it is hopping by, it is incrementing by 1, right? That is, it is incrementing by only 1, but it won't go till 5. Okay, now if we wanted the hop to be 2, then we would have given it 2. Then what would have done, it would have just directly jumped from 1 to 3. Okay, and then it would have wanted to go to 5, but 5 is not included, so only 1 and 3 would have been taken. But in case of negative, if we want the iteration to start from the end, then what would have done, then what would have happened? Let's try to understand that. Now our range function is from 5 to 1. But 5 to 1 we directly cannot write, because a range function only understands as like by default it understands only the incrementing hop. It doesn't understand the decrementing hop. So what it does is, if we are decrementing, then we have to give the negative 1 hop. Okay, so that now what it does is, it will include the 5, it will do -1, it will make it 4, it will go to 2, it will go to 1, it will go to, so to 1. Now what this range function was doing, it was including 1, it was excluding 5, right? So here also it was including 5 and it is excluding the 1. But in our case, we want the 1, right? Because what we discussed here, we found that 1 can be a GCD, right? 1 can be the minimum GCD. The minimum GCD of two numbers can be 1. Okay. Out of everything, if both the numbers are totally uncommon, both the numbers are prime, that means they have no other way of, they don't have any other common factors, then 1 will be the answer. So because 1 is a possibility, so we want the 1 to be in answer, right? That's why what we do is, we have we have changed this 1 to 0, and now what will happen is, now our range function will go to 1 also. Is this clear now?
Yes, so the minimum range is 0. That's why it will like go to 1, right?
Yeah, that's what will go to 1.
Okay.
Let's suppose we wanted this 0 also to be included. Then what we would have done, tell
Minus
me?
1.
-1. And in Python, -1 is okay. -1, it does not give any kind of error. In other languages there would have been some issues, I think, but there is no issue in Python, so we can easily give -1 also. Now tell me, guys, next our next what is our next thing? Can you guys think, what is our main? Now we want the answer in such a way that it is divisible by both the, so that means both the numbers are divided by that number, right? We want that number to be the answer, correct? Yes or no? We want that number to be the answer, correct? The number that we want, okay, let me repeat. The answer is, whatever the answer is, it should divide both the numbers A and B, correct or not? And as soon as it finds, it should come out, right? So how do we structure the loop? How do we structure the statement, the operation? What kind of operation do you think will be? How do you find out the answer? Anyone? Any suggestion? Anyone can think?
We'll do if a mod I equals 0 and b mod I equals 0.
Then
If that
is
is that condition is getting satisfied, then we'll break out of the loop after printing the number.
after printing which one? Tell me. What is the operator? What is the What is the operator coming here? Or and?
It should be and.
And
Yes, it should be and. Now what should be the statement here?
If A mod I equals 0
Uh,
and B mod I equals 0,
yeah.
then we'll print I and we'll break out of the loop.
Yes, correct. We'll print I and then we will break out of the loop. Correct. Now tell me one thing, guys. Were you able to understand this? All of you, whoever is there, all of you, are you able to understand how we got this, how this is happening? So let me try to get it. Okay, I'm not able to get it here. Right. I'll just write it side by sideways. So if you see, in case of 8 and what is it? 8 and 12. Let's suppose 8 and 12. In 8 and 12, 1, 2, 4 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. So in this case, what are these conditions saying? So this is A and this is B, right? Now, I first it will take the range of X. What is X? Minimum of 8 and 12. So minimum of 8 and 12 is 8, right? So it will start from 8. So 8 it will check that first I is 0. Sorry, I is 8 and it is checking, okay, is 8 divisible, is 8 divisible, sorry, is 8 a factor of 8? Okay, I am a factor of 8. Then it will check again, am I a factor of 12 also? No, I'm not a factor of 12. So it will not even enter. Then I will take the place of 7, right? Because because what the range is saying, the range is saying minimum of X, minimum of A and B. What is the minimum of A and B? 8, right? It will go to 0. It will go till 1 by negative hopping. So now what are the possible values here? So A, so 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it will first take the value of 8. So 8 first false. So 8 is gone. Then 7. 7 does not divide either 8 or either 12. So gone. 6. 6 does it divide 8? No, it does not divide. So gone, because this is an n condition. So it has to satisfy both the things, both the statement, both the operators, right? Operands, right? Now this is also gone. Then 5. For 5, what it will check? 5, it will check both the sides. None of them is getting divided. 5, 5, gone. 4. 4 divides 8, correct? 4 divides 12, correct? So, because 4 is satisfying, I am printing 4 and I am breaking out of the loop. I don't need the rest of the things because I am looking for, because why are we breaking the statement here? We are breaking the statement here because we are we are breaking because we are looking for the greatest number, right? Greatest number or factor. And once we find it, we don't need the other numbers, so we break out of the loop. Now tell me, guys, the same question I want to ask you. Why am I starting from the biggest here and I am going in a negative, and I'm decrementing the value? Why didn't I start from 0 to x? I could have started from 0 to x also, right? Why didn't I do that?
1 will be common in that case, right?
Yeah, 1 will be common. So So if one will be common, so what happens? So it will print one and it will break out of the statement, right?
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, because range will be starting from one.
One. Yeah,
Yeah,
range
yeah.
will be starting from. Let's try to formulate that code also, and let's try to think if we can do something with in that part also. So for I in range 1 to, what will be the value here? X or X what? Is it X? I need the X, right? I need the minimum
X
to be
plus
included,
1.
right? It will be,
X plus 1.
yes, it will be X plus 1. Now, do I need the 1? No, right? Because 1 is anyway, by default, the increment is 1, right? Now, if A modulo I equal to 0 and B modulo I equal to 0, print I and then break. Now, because every number starts from 1 and 1 is divisible by both, it will print, it will break. I will always get the answer as 1. So this is not valid, right? But maybe we can do something here which allows me to run my this code also successfully. Can you think of a way so that I can use this code also? I can make this code also run properly. I can make this also valid. Can you think of a way?
We can use another variable answer
Yes, I can use another
out of the
variable
loop
answer.
before
So
loop,
in
which will
answer, I will use answer. Then here what I will do, I will just remove this. I won't take this. I will just make
answer is
answer
equals to
equal to
max.
I.
Max.
Every time the I will be saved in the answer, and I don't need to break out of the loop. If I don't need to break out of the loop, whatever the maximum value is there, it will get saved here, right? You can see
Yes.
here properly. First, one I will find, one will be saved here. Two I will find, two also will be saved here. Then three is not there, but four I will find, and four will be saved in the answer. After that, I won't find anything, right? But what is the drawback in this code? Let's try to understand that. This code will work perfectly. There is no issue in that. But what is the one issue, one drawback in this code? Can you guys can you guys think of that? What is the one drawback, one big drawback for this code? What happens is, in this case, my code was running from 8 to only 4. And these three iterations, it was completely ignoring, right? Let's suppose my number is very big. Okay, my number is very, very big. Let's suppose I want to find the number of, even though 100 numbers are not that big, but let me just try to think 121 and 131, right? 131. Okay. No, no, this has, okay, yeah, correct. So in these two numbers, in these two numbers, what is the minimum? 121, right? Uh, no, this won't be valid. This won't be a valid example. Let me try to think of another valid example where it will just go to waste. 128 and 64. Yeah. So in that way, I'll have 1028. We know 64 is a this two will have a proper division and everything, right? So what I can do is 128 also. Now, if you guys think there will be some common HCF, there will be GCD of these two numbers. Let me just quickly find the CD of 120. Wait, let me just. I'm just trying to think of a proper. Just trying to make out a proper. 128 into zero. Sorry, not 1024. It's 1024. So what happens is if I take out all the if I take out all the factors, there will be so many factors for 1024, right? And there will be many factors for 128 also. But if you see, what is the max of this one? What is my code doing? If you see, the GCD of these two numbers is 128 only. Okay. Now, because 128 is a factor, directly factor of 1024. Now, if you see, if I run my code from x to 0, what it will do? X is 128 and it will go to 1, right? And exactly at 128 it will find and it will break out of the code as per my first code, right? As per my break statement, right? It is done. But in my this scenario, in my this scenario, in my second scenario, it will start from 1, it will go to 128, right? It will iterate from 1 2 3 4 entirely to 120 and it will find the answer at 128, right? So what do you think is the most efficient code that will give us our answer at the at a faster time? Obviously this one, right? Did you get the point? Is it clear or did I confuse you guys?
Repeat once, and
Okay.
why the this one? Why not that one?
Yeah, sure. What I was doing, did you see? Did you observe this? Did you see here in this 8 example? In this 8 example, what is the x here? The x is the minimum of both the numbers, correct? That much you are with me. X is the minimum of both the numbers, correct?
Correct.
So that means my range is going from the x to 1, correct? The range is going from x to 1. That means this is the entire range on which the I will iterate from, right? That means the I will iterate on, correct? Now, sorry. Now I did not get my answer at 8. I did not get my answer at 7. I did not get my answer at 6. I did not get my answer at 5. I got my answer at 4. Once I got it at 4, it broke out of the loop, right? Correct?
Yes.
And I did not have to iterate over these three numbers. Now these are three numbers. Skipping these three numbers is not a big matter, right? It's not a big issue, right? But
Yeah.
but what you see here is in this method, when the range is from 1 to the entire number, from 1 to the number. Let's suppose in this case, what is happening? 1024 has has so many factors. 128 has so many factors, right? 128 is the GCD of both the numbers because 128 itself is the factor of 1024. So I have taken this question as so that I can show you this. Now, what will be the minimum? What will be the x value of both these numbers? Tell me. What will be the x of both these numbers?
128.
128. Yeah.
128. Correct. So the range becomes either from 128 to 1, or range becomes 1 to 128. Correct? This much you're able to follow? Now, the break statement. This was my break. This condition, in this condition, we are using the break. And in this condition, we are not using the break. Correct? That means what will happen is immediately as it finds, as soon as it finds the 128, that means the GCD, it will break, and it will skip all the iteration from 127 to 1 in 1 micro or millisecond, whatever the time it takes. The code is done. Okay, I got my answer. But let's suppose 1 unit of time was taken to do one iteration. Okay, but in this case, in this case, do you see any break statement here? 1 is also an answer, 1 will also get saved. 2 is also an answer, 2 will also get saved. 3 is 3 an answer? Yes, 3 is not an answer. Okay, 3 will not get saved. 4 is an answer, 4 will get saved. Like this, it will do iteration on all the 128 numbers, and at the end, 128 will be saved. I will get the answer both the ways. But here I got only where the code took only 1 unit of time, but here it took 128 unit of time. Is this clear?
Yeah, clear now.
Clear, or anything is left? If you want me to tell me something else, I'll again tell you. Is it okay now? Is it clear?
Yeah, clear. Yeah.
Is there any part which is not understandable? Okay, guys, everyone, fine,
Yes.
correct. Let now, okay. So here, all right. Next is, so this one is done. So if we see here, the same thing. What we have done is a x. Okay, I will run this same code, right? 16, 24, answer is 8, right? And 1024 and 128, answer is 128, right? Now let me write the second code that we just did, that we just tried to formulate. I just need to change this to 0 for I in range 1 to x plus 1. If a and b y is equals to I print answer. So in this case, 1024 and 128. Okay, capital X. 24, 128, 128. This is both the same. Now we saw that in both the cases, the time it took to give us the answer is very small, but the computers won't deal with so tiny numbers. If it is a very huge number, we would have seen the difference of how the code speed is, the code efficiency and the code. But you got the idea, right? What this code does and what this code does, right? The idea is clear, all of you guys.
You can show the time also, Nayan, if you want.
Oh, how? Tell me.
You can just take another variable time is equal to 0 below x,
Okay, okay. So that's what
and
you're
then you can
saying.
increment and then you can print.
Increment.
Yeah.
Increment. Yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
that is not going to show real time.
That is like the count, like how many times the code ran, right? How many times the code ran, correct?
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to say, right? Yeah,
Yes.
I can do that. So I am just giving a variable as time. Now the as many numbers, I am incrementing the time and I am doing this. So it is giving us the count that this many times the loop ran. So here 1024, 128. Oh,
Also,
I'm
after
not
the
printing.
loop, print that time
Yeah,
variable,
yeah,
the
yeah,
value
yeah.
of time variable.
See? No, no. This this one is not giving me all the 128 iterations count. Did you get it? This one is giving me only the iteration. This one is giving only on this statement. It actually does this thing. It
No, no,
does this
just
thing.
do one thing, man. Take that statement, time plus is equal to 1, and write
Uh,
it above that if statement. Then it will properly work for both programs.
yes. Okay. 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 Yeah. Now I will get a proper idea of this is one. Here 1024. 28. See. Yes. Thanks. Correct. Did you see the difference, guys? Are you able to understand? Are you able to get the difference?
Yeah, 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 man.
Right. So what
Got
is
it.
happening is, in this case, if you see this thing as many times this thing runs, this thing runs. That many times the time incrementation, the time is incrementing, right? So the loop runs in this case as soon as see this is 128 here, correct? And this is the 0, so it is going from 128 to 1. Now what I am doing is when I is equals to 128 in the first step, that time itself our time variable time became 1, and our this I we got this and it broke. So it broke out of the loop. So our time is 1. That means this entire code ran for only one time. Only one iteration it ran. But what happens in this case? What is exactly happening in this case? In this case, this 1 to 128, right? So I is starting from 1, and for 1, the time is incrementing, and 1 value is valid. So this answer is taking 1 also. Done. Then I is becoming 2. For 2 also answer is taking, and this time is also incrementing. Then 2 is also getting saved. 3 is not incrementing. Even though 3 is not incrementing, this time is incrementing, right? What it is saying? It is saying, okay, I ran for this time. For this iteration, at least I ran. But here it was not even running. It did not even had to enter the loop. But here it was entering the loop. Okay. And till 128, it took the value of 128. So by the end, time was taking. Its time is a variable. Okay, this is not a time. Please be please be very cautious of that. It's like the count that this many times our code ran. It iterated this for this many times. That means for 128 times this code ran. This code iterated. But here, as soon as it found, it broke. So only one time it ran. This is clear, guys. Anything is left? Anything? Any confusion? Anything you want me to explain? All clear?
Then one thing, why you take this time variable after the for loop? Can we take it after,
Where do you want to take?
at the initial? Oh, actually, you also take at the initial, right? Time is equal to 0.
Yeah, yeah. So what happened was if you try to do a dry run, you will get the idea that if I instead of here, if I give the time here, that's what you're trying to say, right?
Yes.
So if you do a dry run properly of this code, then you will understand that what is the issue here. For this case, if you see my entire code, okay, for this one, it ran properly because this does not have any issue. One time it ran, I got my time incremented and my break statement, I got one only for that case. That is not an issue. For this code, it ran. That is,
Yeah.
this works perfectly. But for
Yeah.
this code, what is the issue? What issue is? I'll explain you quickly. So what happens is instead of here, oh, so instead of here, I am in, not this. Here, I am giving the time here, right? That's what you're saying. Now, what
Yeah.
happens is if I'm giving it here now for one, the range I is going from 1 to 128, right? When I is equals to 1, it enters this if condition, right? If enters this if condition, and if this if condition is true, if this enters, only then the time increment, only then the time increments, right? So I am not able to track that the total, I am not able to track whether the code is incrementing when it is valid or it is incrementing for the all the iteration. I want the time tracking for the entire iteration. That for 128 things, I want to track that either it ran for 128 times or it ran for one half of the times. We don't want we don't want to track for how many factors, how many common factors it has. So what happened was, if I give you a small example for 8 and for 12, right? 1, 2, 4, 8. And it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12, right? For this code, for this code will actually run for how many times, it will actually run for 8 times. But what this code will give you an answer, this code will give you an answer for 1, 2, and this 3. So this 3 times it will say, okay, I ran for 3 times, because only for these 3 conditions this if statement ran successfully. And what this time is saying, my indentation is under this if statement. So only if this if statement is running, only then I will increment my time. Are you able to get this? That only that if this thing happens, only then I will increment myself. I am not giving the count of this entire thing, but I want the count of this entire thing. That how many iterations this code actually ran. But if I put the time here, it does not give me the track of how many times this I iterated on. It gave me a track of how many times this time entered, how many times this condition became true. And this condition became true only for only for three cases, which is for one, which is for two, and which is for four. I'll run the code and you will get the idea and you will understand. I'll take a small example. It's a bigger example, so it won't be possible for me to give you all the give you the list of all the factors of 128 and 1024. Let me just show you. So if I am giving this, so 8 and 12. You see, 4. Answer is 4. That's a different thing. But time, you see, it's 3. Tell me, is the code running 3 times or is the code running 8 times? For this code, is the code running 3 times or is the code running 8 times? I showed you this entire iteration here, right? The code ran for the entire thing from 1 to 8. Did I not show you
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that for 8? See, okay, I'll repeat this one once. For 8 and 12, what is the minimum of this? What is the x here? It's 8, right? So it's going from 1 to 8. What it will iterate on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because the range is what? What is the range I took? 1 to x plus 1, right? What is the 1? 1 to 9. So if the range is 1 to 9, what is the what will it iterate on? 1 to 8. So now you try to understand. I will iterate on all these 8 numbers. First it will iterate on 1. Once it iterates on 1, it enters this one. Once it enters, it is checking, is 1 dividing 8 and 12? Yes, it's dividing. So answer 1 is saved and I'm incrementing the time. Is 2 is also the same case? Yes, 2 is also the same case. So answer 2 is saving and then time is also incrementing 2 times. Is 3 an answer? 3 is not an answer. If 3 does not enter this time track won't increment. Are you able to get it? But the
Yeah.
I definitely incremented, right? The I is actually incrementing on this, is iterating on this 3, right? I took the value of 3. I need this track. I need this track of I in which numbers it is taking. What are the values that this I is taking? But if I'm putting the time variable here now, it is not able to track all the iteration that it is taking on. Then it will take the value as 4 and then it will not even track these 4 numbers. But this I will take all these 4 numbers, right? It will take the value of 5 also, it will take the value of 6, it will take the value of 7 and 8 also, right?
Yeah.
But if I put it here, it won't be able to track those. It won't be able to take those values because this is saying only when I find a number which is dividing both the numbers, then only increment me, which is not the case that we want, right?
Yes.
So that's why we put it there. Okay, clear? This much is clear.
Yeah.
Next, LCM. So LCM is also a similar, is also kind of similar concept. I
In
will,
second, then in second case, put the time in the right. Uh,
yeah, yeah. Okay.
that is wrong. Yeah.
Now, what is the concept of LCM? LCM also similar to HCF. It is also the entire definition of LCM is there in the name. It is saying lowest common multiple. Same thing, 3 and 4. What are the multiples of 3, guys? 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9, 3 fours are 12, 3 was 12 to 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. 4, 4, 12, oh sorry, 4, first 4, then 8, then 12, then 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, and 30, 40, and so on. It will go on infinitely, right? What it is saying? Lowest common multiple. So these are all the multiples of 3. These are all the multiples of 4, right? Which is the lowest common out of both these threes? Now, we need to find the lowest common, right? Now, what is the lowest common? Is 3? No. Is 6 1? Is no. Is 9 1? No. Is 12 1? Yes. So, as soon as I find the 12, I will get this. If you see, 24 is also one of the common factors, common multiples, right? 24 is also. Then after a few more minutes, we'll again find something else. 36, I will find 30, after 33, 36, I will find, and this 36 will also be one of the common multiple. But if I take the greatest common multiple, does that make any sense? There will be lakhs, infinite number of multiples, right? Which we don't need. We need the smallest one. And which is the smallest one? The smallest one is this one. Smallest one is this one. So because this is the smallest common multiple, so the LCM is 12. Got it? So now in HCF, what did we observe? In HCF, what did we observe? We observed that the GCD or the HCF is almost less than or equals to the minimum of A comma B. Similarly, in LCM, the LCM is always greater than or equal to the max of A comma B. Is this true or not? Guys, try to think. Is this true or not? Do you guys agree? Do you guys agree? Can you guys think of any scenario in which the LCM can be the minimum of A and B? Can it be minimum of A and B?
No, it cannot.
It cannot be. There is no such scenario, right? So its starting point. So the starting point of this LCM is the max of A and B. So in code, what we'll take? We will take A as an input. We'll take B also as an input. And then what we will do? We will take X, and X will be max of A and B. Okay. Now, now the same thing. See, what we were doing here in GCD, the number was dividing both the numbers, right? Because the number was the divisor of A and B, right? But here both the numbers are a divisor of the LCM, right? Did you observe this? That 3 is also dividing 12, 4 is also dividing 12. But in this case, it was opposite, right? That 4 was dividing 8 and 4 was dividing 12. So if that is the case, what do we do here? The condition reverses, right? So here I will write my condition, and here I will write my if, and here what I will need, I will just say if X is divided by this, and if X is divisible by B also, then you print What? What do I print here?
Print X.
Index. Now, I have my starting point as the maximum because if the LCM is greater than or equals to max of A and B, that means max of A and B is the starting point. That means 3 and 4 is the starting point, right? But do I have the endpoint? Is the endpoint anywhere mentioned? Can you see the endpoint here? Do I have a definite range? In GCD, I had a definite range because I had my minimum and I had my maximum because minimum will always be 1 and maximum can always be the minimum of A and B. But here I only have the minimum. The minimum itself is the max of A and B. But what is the max point? I don't have a max point. If I don't have a max point, I don't have a fixed range. If there is not a fixed range, what I will use? I will use while true. Got it? And if I'm getting a while true condition, what do I do? As soon as I find my first, as soon as my first common multiple, the smallest common multiple, I will break the loop. And until and unless I break the loop, I need this x to be incremented every time, right? The for loop was handling the x. It was incrementing or decrementing. But while loop, how do we do? How do we increment or decrement? We will increment the x by 1. Is this clear, guys? Is it making sense?
Repeat once. Then
Which part
the
you want me
logic
to repeat?
logic from while true.
While true, yeah, you tell me which. I don't want to repeat the entire thing. I can. I am not repeating just for your sake. You just tell me at which part at what is the part that is confusing you.
X equal to max A B, and you then from where the range start.
Yeah, range is starting from the max of A and B, na?
Yeah, that is confusing.
Do one thing. I have given you two examples, right? 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Just as I wrote this multiples, as I wrote this all the multiples here, you write these multiples and you take some other examples also, 1 comma 2, or you can take the example of 2 comma 4. If you take this, what is the multiples of 2 comma 2, 4, 6, 8, 10? What is the multiple of 4, 8, 12, 16? What is the first common multiple? 8, right? 4, right? If you see, if you see here, what is the LCM? The LCM here in this case is itself the max of 2 comma 4, is it not? Can you see here? And it won't be lesser than the max of either of both the numbers. It won't be, it cannot be. The LCM cannot be lesser than the max of either of the numbers. It will always be either equal to max of both the numbers or it will be more than the max of both the numbers. In this case, it is more than the max of both the numbers, is it not? Is 12 not more than 4? And 4 is the max of 3 and 4, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, correct, right? So in this case, LCM is greater than max of 3 and 4. But in this case, LCM is equal to max of 2 and 4, A and B, is it not? So therefore, LCM is always greater than equals to max of A comma B. So this is the starting point. This will be the starting point. I don't have a fixed endpoint, right? If I don't have a fixed endpoint, am I able to use the for loop? For loop is only used for fixed range, right?
Yes.
If I don't have a fixed range, I will use while. While true. While true means what? You keep on going until and unless you find your destination. You keep on going. And in while true condition, we will use a break statement. As soon as you find your answer, you break it out. And if you don't find your answer, you keep on incrementing because it started from max of A and B, right? Let's suppose my max of A and B was 3 and 4. In the 3 and 4 example, the it started from 4, right? Because max of 3 and 4 is 4. It started from 4.
Yes.
First, it will iterate on 4. 4 is 4 the answer? No, 4 is not the answer. I need the 4 to increment, right? I need the 4 to become 5, right? How will it become? I need this condition, right? I need this increment point, right? What are the pillars? What are the parts of while loop? A starting initialization point, the while condition, and an incrementing point, right?
Yes.
Right. This is the end. This is the end point. Now here we don't have an endpoint. That's why we are using while true. We don't have an endpoint. So is it making sense
Af-
now? Is it clear?
After it increment from 4 to 5, then what it check means it is a
What will it check? It will check is 5 divisible by 3 and is 5 divisible by 4. Both the condition are false. So it will not even enter here. It will again increment to 6. So 6 is also not following. 6 is say 6 is also 6 will also say is 6 divisible by 3? Yes, it's divisible, but is it divisible by 4? No. If it is both the things are not uh, because not true, then it will again not enter the condition. It will again increment to 7. 7 is also not satisfying. 8 is also not satisfying. 9 is also not satisfying. Only 12 will satisfy. As soon as it finds 12, it will print x. That is the it will print the 12 and it will break out of the statement.
okay. Yeah.
Is it clear now?
X is the maximum of A and B.
Hmm.
Means 12 is the maximum of 3 and 4. Okay.
12 is not the maximum of 3 and 4.
Is the LCM of,
Yeah, LCM of.
yeah, least common multiple, and satisfied that if condition. Okay. Yeah.
You do a few dry runs, then it will make more sense. If you don't do a
Yeah,
few
now
dry
clear.
runs, uh-huh, what?
Now clear it is.
But if you don't practice on your own, then you will forget. It will not stay. You have to practice this on your own for a few times. Then you will understand better.
Yeah, sure.
All right, clear, guys? Things making sense? Akash, Harish.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay. Another one I have just used using full function. You can just refer it. Anyway, next class we are using next session we're going to learn functions, so we can use it more. I wanted to cover a few logic building of the these things, the patterns. Are you guys up for it, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please continue then.
Okay, if you want. Then let's take around maximum half an hour for pattern logic. Let me what we discussed these patterns, right? That day we discussed these patterns, right? These patterns we discussed. Can you do this pattern? Can you do this? Can you solve this on your own?
Yes, Nan will do.
Yeah, please try on your own for a few minutes, then I'll I'll come. So what you have done here is I is going from n to 0, that means n to 1, n to 1. J is going from 1 to 5. Yes. Anybody else? Akash, you tried?
Not yet, man.
Like, are you trying or like you have not tried?
No, no, man, I have not tried.
Okay, okay.
I'll do.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Biren, what's your update? Shall I start?
Yeah, I start.
Okay. So, uh, what this is giving us? Let's try to understand. See, when we were doing straight printing of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or just simple star star, it is just a simple for loop. One for loop, right? For I in range 5, and then I will just print either I or I'll just print star. So this should have been enough for only just one line printing. Now I have rows and columns, right? So I will definitely need two loops, two loops, one loops inside another loop. So for those things, we will need a little bit of different approaches, different approach, right? Because what this is doing, if first of all, let's try to understand this. One, two, three, four, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what this is doing? So this is one row. In this one row, I have five different columns, right? And similarly for the next row, I have five different columns. For similarly for another row, so like this. So what we mainly do is, what we will do, we will write one for I in range. We'll keep on range here, and then for the columns, this is basically for the rows, and this is for the columns. Okay, this is for the columns. All right. Now, how do we decide this? If I just give, if I just give five, and if I give five, because I can see, like just I'm just giving a basic example that this is five. This I have five rows and I have five columns, so I have given five rows and five columns. Now, this print, what do I print matters here. Now, because I'm printing this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I am writing this print statement just inside this J loop, right? So this print statement will be completely dependent on this J loop, right? I can make it dependent on the I loop also. That's not an issue. But right now, if I want this to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 serially, then what do I do? Because here I is, how does this work? Let's first try to understand. I will go from 0 to 4, and j will also go from 0 to 4. For the value of, if I is 0, for I equal to 0 itself, j will go from 0 to 4, right? For I equals to 1 also, j will go from 0 to 4. Similarly, I equals to 2 also, for j will go 0 to 4. I equals to 3 also, j will go 0 to 4. And I equals to 4 also, j will go 0 to 4. Right. Now, what is changing constantly? Only this j is changing, right? For each value of I, j is only changing. I is not changing, right? So if I want this thing to be printed, I will have to make this a g, right? But if you look at this, it is taking value from 0 to j, 0 to 4. I have given print j. So first it will print 0, then it will print 1, then it will print 2, then 3, then 4. It is not printing 1 to 5, right? For it to print 1 to 5, what do I need to do? I need to make it 1 comma 6. I need to make it 1 comma 6. And then if I print j, I will get this. I'll get this pattern, right? This much is clear, guys. This is okay. This is
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
clear.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Now, in place of this one, I want star to be printed. All right. I want only this stars to be printed. What do I do? Same thing. If you observe, I have five rows. I have five columns here also, and I have five values here. Here, what I was doing, I was printing j values, right? Now I just need to print the star values, correct? If I just print the star, this will be printed. And here, because star is independent, star only needs five values. So here I can write five also. Here I can write five also. I don't need 1 to 6. Is this concept clear? Or do you think 1 to 6 only I will need if I need to print star? Is this much clear? Or do you have any confusion here? Do you think the five stars to be printed, I need the range to go from 1 to 6? Or do you understand if I give here 5 also, this will print perfectly 5 stars for each rows.
Only 5 is enough to print the
Yeah.
star.
Yeah, 5 is also enough. Because if you see, I'll give you just one example. If I've given 5, what is the first value of j? J value is 0. For 0, is it printing 0? No, it is printing star only.
Star,
So
yeah.
star will get printed. For j equals to 1, is it printing j? No, it's printing star. So star only will be printed, right? Now, so this is the basic exam. This is the basic concept. Now, what is our thing that we need to do? Our job is to print this. Same thing, 5 rows and 5 columns. But the columns, the rows, what are the rows? Rows quantity is decreasing every time, right? 5 columns are only there, but the values of rows is decreasing, right? How do I play this? One thing is for sure, both the ranges are both the ranges are going only till 5, right? And there might be a 10 also. This is a 5 by 5 matrix. I might need 10 by 10. I might need 20 by 20. I might need 100 by 100. So instead of giving here just in range, I am just giving instead of 1 to 6, I can just take input n equal to int of input, just how Harish did. So we can just this, and we can make the range go till either n, or if I need to print 1, then I can make the range go from 1 to n plus 1. So this is not a big deal, just for the sake I'm just saying. Now, how many rows do I have? 5. How many columns do I have? 5. So same number of columns. So I in range, first of all, because we need to print 1, so I am giving the range from 1 to, what is it? 1 to n plus 1. Okay. And for j in range 1 to n plus 1, if I need 5, so it will become, if I give the input as 5, it will become 6, and this will also become 6, right? But the range will go from 1 to 5. Here also range will go from 1 to 5. Okay. Now, what do I need to print? I need to print the j values. Now this is the pattern for the above one, where each and every line was printing till 5. But if you see, for everything it is decreasing. For each and every first one, all the values are printing, but for this one, the value is not printing. One value is omitting. For here, 2 values are omitting. For here, the next 3 values are, for this 4 values are omitting, right? How do I play with this? How do I deal with this? So what I will do, somewhere or somehow, I need to formulate the code, formulate the logic of I and j in such a way that once this prints, one gets omitted. Once this prints, the next one gets omitted, right? For that, what do I do? So let's try to think of some other ways. Mhm. J always needs to print from 1 to the end value, right? So J value, I don't need to touch. The J will, if I see the J values, if I look at the J's, these are the J values, right? For each column values, these are the J's. This much is clear. Anyone want to unmute and confirm this? That
Yeah, yeah, clear.
the J values will start from 1. But does it need to go till n plus 1? If it is n plus
No.
1, that means it is going till 6, but it is not going till 6. That means I need to change something here. This will not be n plus 1. It will start from 1, but it will not go to n plus 1. That much is clear, right? Now, I in range of 1 to 6. So 1 to 6 it is going. Now, I if I give I1 to 6. If I give I1 to 6, what this I is doing? This I is not affecting any j values. It's not affecting the values of the columns, not affecting the values of the columns, right? If it is not affecting, it is just formulating how many rows are there. Even if I give 1 to 6, this will also print, this will also form 5 rows. And if I give 5 to 0, if I give 5 to, that means 5 to 1, then also it will form 5 rows, right? Correct? If that's the case, I can do something like this, that for I in range n to 0 and minus 1, for j in range 1 to I plus 1. And now if I try to print the j, what will happen now? Let's try to think. Now see, I is going from range n to 0. That means what? If I give the value of 5, 5 to 0 means what? 5 to 1, right? Because 0 it will not take, 1 it will take. So range is going from 5 to 1. What is this 5 to 1 is doing? I am not printing the I in any ways. So I don't bother about if it is going from 5 to 1 or 1 to 5. It will just form 5 rows. Now, what this will help us is, this will help us in omitting the last digits. How? Let's try to understand. So first I value is 5. Let's suppose if the input, if for the input, let's suppose n equals to 5. So I starts from, so I goes from 5 to 1, right? So one, when 5 I equals to 5, if you see, j will go from 1 to 6. 6 means 5, right? I plus 1 means what? 6. If it is 6, it will go to 5. So if it is then, and print j, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is printed. Okay, this is clear. Next, I is decrementing. So I's next value is 4. So what will j become? J will go from 1 to 5. 5 means what? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, I will become 3. J will go from 1 to 4. That means 3. 1, 2, 3. I becomes 2. J will go from 1 to 3. Means 2. 1, 2. I becomes 1. J will go from 1. And to print this like this, print it like this. If I print like this, then everything will print like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, like this. So what I will need? I will need here end equals to space, and I'll need a new line print here. So this way, this all this thing will be space separated, or if you want comma separated, you can comma. And for this, after printing each and every line, it will come to a new line, and then I will print all this for. Is this clear, guys? Anything? Is there anything that is confusing or you did not understand?
This part that you have given, right? I is equal to 5j 1 and 6. You have written 5 4 3 2 1. Can you tell that again?
Which part? This part?
Yeah, this
Nothing, nothing. I thought this will make you confusing. So here I have written one plus I, right? I plus one, right?
plus 1.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So if I is 5, J will go from 1 to 6. But 6 value it will not go, right? It will go to 5, right? So that's
Yeah.
what that's what I'm just implying. Nothing as such. Okay, let me just remove this. This will simply make it confusing only. Okay, na?
Yeah.
Is this clear? Is this okay? All of you guys? Anything you want me to explain again?
Can you scroll up?
Yeah.
The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's printing. It's the value of
Ah,
j, right?
yeah. I'm printing the J here. So this each and every numbers are the values of J. And what is I doing? I is just formulating, I is just forming this rows. It's just making each and every rows, nothing else. Right now, I is not doing anything as much. It is just forming the different rows for us. And these values are totally dependent on the these things, the J. But if you want to print, but if you want to print like this pattern, one, 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 two, 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 three, 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 four, 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 five, 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 five. Tell me what this print statement would have been. Tell me the I range, tell me the J range, and tell me the print statement. That's it.
I ranges from 6 to 0.
Not
Means,
six. It should be five.
yeah, yeah, 5, 5, 2, 1. Yeah, 5 to 0. And J from
J from
1 to 1 to 6.
1 to 6. So what does the print statement become here? What do I print? Do I
J.
print I? Do I print J? Do I print star? J.
J.
J, you were saying. Okay, five I's will become five rows. That's fine. J will go from 1 to 6. That means J will go from 1 to 5, right? And if you're printing J, that means it is printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is again printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is again printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did not
Yeah,
get
yeah.
this.
Yes.
Think.
What if print I there?
Print I. If I print I, then Okay. J will form this five columns. J will print the five times these things. But you want to print five i's. What have you given? First I value will become five. And you're giving print I. J will take from 1 to 5, right? What it will become? For j equals to 1, it will print 5. For j equals to 2, it will print 5. It will print 5, it will print 5. It will print 4, 4, 4, 4, 4 because I
It's
equals to
just
4.
reverse. Mm,
Yeah. So
understood.
it will become 1 to 5 and it will also become 1 to 5. So then it will become 1 and j will become 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Then I will become 3 and j will similarly run 1 to 5. And this 1 to 5, these are printing 5 instances of this 3. I equals to 4, 1 to 5, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. I equals to 5. J will also run 1 to 5. Do you see the impact of J here? Even though J is running from 1 to 5, what it is doing? J is forming this columns, but the value is depending upon this print of I. The value is depending on the I now. There are many things that you can do. I would like you to. I would like you
Then
all to
just
try.
scroll up. The previous one, the rows is decreased by one. That is a little bit confused. Yeah, that one. Print J, where it's print J.
Uh,
First one, two, three, four, five. Then on the second row, one, two, three, four,
uh,
up to limit to four. Why it's not
uh.
due to which it's not go beyond of four.
Because of this I plus one. Because of this I plus one. I cannot make it run to n plus one, right? If I make it run to n plus one, it will run till five again. This will also run to five again. This will also run to five again, right? I want it to run only till one step back. I want to run every time it should run one step back. So what I did, I reversed this I from greater to smaller. Okay. Now I have I equal I running from 5 to 0. Okay. And now J is running from 1 to I. So what happens is when I is 5, J will run from 1 to 5. When I is 4, J will run to 1 to 4. When I is 3, J will run from 1 to 3. When I is 2, J will run from 1 to 2. When I is 1, J will run from 1 to 1. That's what's happening here. When I is 5 and I is 5, J is running from where? 1 to I plus 1. 1 to I plus 1, it's the range is going. But actually it's going from 1 to I, right? So in this kind of thing, we will play with the I and we'll play with the I. We'll not play mostly with the N. So what we will do, we'll reverse or we'll do something, some kind of thing. There are very many things we will do. Sometimes we'll make the J dependent on 5 minus I or something, or I minus 5 or 6, whatever the code requires for us to play with this. That's why I feel the importance of this pattern printing is very crucial because this really helps building the logical thinking of how the code runs, how the code actually, how the loop forms, how we can form the loop, how the logic is building. So that helps a lot.
When I is five, suppose then J is from one to one range from one to six means one to five. Okay,
Yeah. uh,
then it print
and i'm
J.
I'm printing
Print
J.
J
Yeah.
means one, two, three, four, five. Then
Yeah.
again, when I is 4,
4.
I is 4, J becomes range from 1 to 5 means 1 to
Five,
4.
4. Yeah.
And
So
print
it is
J
printing
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, yeah.
two.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it, na?
Mhm. And this end statement, it's for spacing and come into the next line,
Next line.
jump
Yeah,
into
yeah.
the list line. Yeah.
The spacing, this one is for spacing and this one is for the next line.
Okay. Yeah. Indentation is important here because
Uh,
after for loop,
I will give you one small assignment kind of thing in terms of this pattern. Try to do this one. I'll give you one small hint for this one. This one will need I loop, J loop, and K loop also. Is it doable, guys? Do you think? Akash, Harish, Biren, is it doable? Can you try?
yes,
Can you at
You
least
yes,
will
try?
try.
I will try.
Yeah, please try. I've given you hint.
Mm.
Don't use GPT and all, please. I request you guys. No one should use those for this kind of things for your logic building. So try this as hard as much as you can. How much ever time you can take out and you can try. Try, please try. This will help you a lot. Okay then, guys. Uh, Great session, great participation from everyone. Thanks a lot, and we'll meet next week. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night. And
Any feedback you guys want to give? Any improvement that you feel I should bring next time?
And just one thing, this I have to like this one I didn't understood that 111 222 334.
Okay, okay, sure. So what happened was, so what is I doing in this case? I is just forming five loops, right? That's it.
Hmm.
And I don't need much use of I for other use case like this star patterns, right? This kind of pattern I'm not using. So I'll just keep simple. I'll just make it run from
One to
uh,
six.
1 to 5. Yeah, 6. I plus 1. Correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, 1 comma 6. Then it will become easier because arrow I am signifying for the real range. Then for J, so this is making 5 rows. J needs to make 5 columns, right? J needs to make 5 columns.
Hmm.
So what do I need to do? I need to make it also 1 to 6. Okay,
Yeah.
right? Then only it will go from 1 to 5, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I make it print J, what will it print? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Yeah.
For I equals to 1, J will run from 1 to 5. And if I print J, it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But
Hmm. Right.
I need it to print 1, right?
Yeah.
And in the next case, I need it to print 2. In the
Yeah.
next case, I need it to print 3. In the next case, I need to print 4. In the next case, I need to print 5. So how do I do it is, I will just, instead of J, I'll just make it print I.
I.
Okay. If I make it print I, then what happens is Then I can make it. If it is running from 1 to 5 also, it will just help me in printing 5 different elements here,
Yeah,
right?
first fix
But
it,
what is the but what is
fixing it one row
yeah, but
fixing
what
fixed.
is this value? This value will be I. What is the I value? I value is 1. Similarly
Yes.
for the next case, J is running from 1 to 5. What is this 1 to 5 saying? I will give you 5 values. Now, what those 5 values you want to be? I want those 5 values to be I. What is the I? 2.
2. Okay.
Okay. Then for J also, I want 5 values. But what those 5 values will be? 3. Because I'm printing 5. Because I'm printing I. Similarly 4. Similarly 5. Got it?
So print I here. Yeah.
Yeah. For this print I. If I had wanted to print like this,
One, one, two, three, four, five. Yeah.
if I wanted to print like this, 5, 5, 5, 5. Tell me the I loop and the J loop and the print statement for this one. Akash, can you try for this one?
Yes.
What will be the I? What will be the
5 to
J?
0. I from 5 to 0.
Hmm.
J is also from
Okay, Viren, you try to write it on your own. I'm right now. I want the answer from Akash. Akash? Can you try?
Yes. Okay.
Is this correct? Do you also believe that I will run from 1 to 5 to 0?
Ah, yes.
Okay. What will be the J?
G also 5 values, so same.
Same means what?
Just a minute. This is your I. 5, 4, 0. This could be like 0 to 5 also, right?
Yeah. It can be 0 to 5 or it can be 5 to 0 also. No problem. Nothing. Both
Yeah.
will work.
Yeah.
Because what this does, this just allocates 5 column values,
Positions.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
5 positions in column. Both of this work. Now, what will be the print here?
Okay. So now we want 5 reverse. Okay. This one is also same, I think. Will
Yeah, what is
print.
it? Print? What will it print? I or J? What do you want it to print?
Now I'm getting confused. If we take 0 to 5, then that J cannot be like doing, that cannot be
Oh,
printed.
that's what I was trying to tell you. this J 0 to 5 does not mean that I want only this. Okay, okay. What do you want to print now? You want to print separate values or you want to print a single value?
Single value.
Single value, right? If I
Yes.
put J, if I put print J, then it will print variable values, right? It will print different values, right?
Yes.
What did I
5.
do here? What did I use here? To
Print
print
I.
a single value, what did I do? I use print I, right?
Yes.
Right? So I will use print I here also. Now, how this will help? Because this J, because this I have reversed, right? I have done it 5 to 0. Now you try to understand. I was
Mm.
5. J, let's suppose, goes from 0 to 5 means or 0 to 4, right?
Yes.
5 was n plus 1, right?
Yes.
This J will give me 5 positions here. It will not give me values right now because I have given I here, right? So it will take the value of I. It will just give me 5 i's.
Okay.
Similarly, it will become 1. J will go from 1 to 4. Then it will become
4.
I equal to 3. J goes from 0 to 4. It will become 3, 3,
3.
3, 3. I equals to 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I equals to 1. You see, this is just giving us the 5 values here, 5 positions here, 5 different positions here. It is not giving us the values because I am not printing J. If I had printed J, it would have printed 0 1 2 3 4 0 1 2 3 4 0 1 2 3 4 0 1 2 3 4 0 1 2 3 4. Do you get the difference right now? Are you able to get the
I
difference
wanted
now?
to ask, so this 0 to 5 or 5 to 0 range doesn't matter.
In this case, it does not matter
Okay.
because if it was 5 to 0 also, if it was 5 to 0, let's suppose if it was 5 to 0, 5 to 0 means 5 to 1, right? Tell
Hmm.
me, do you see any difference now?
Right on. 5, 4, 3, 2.
5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There is no values here. I am not giving any values because I am not printing J. If I
Okay.
had printed J, it would have printed 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Okay.
Try to understand it this in this simple way. Okay. Let's try to get it this way.
Okay.
When I am giving for I in range 0 to 0 to sorry 1 to 6, and when I'm giving for I in sorry for j in range 1 to 6, what this is doing, this I is formulating 5 rows, that's it. Okay,
Hmm.
no print statement, just forget about the print, no, there's no print statement. And
Okay.
what this j is doing, how many j values it will give? One, two, three, 4, 5, 5 numbers, right? 5 numbers. That means it will fix 5 locations, 5 positions here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
This will fix 5 positions here like this. 5 columns, 5 positions. It will just fix. What values we want to put here, that will be determined by the print statement.
Print statement. Okay.
Okay. You clear now? This
Yes.
much are you able to get? That
Yes.
what this is doing, this J is just saying for each row, for each value of I, this many places of J I am reserving.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
That's why for this style na, for this kind of pattern, what I was doing, I was giving for I in range 0 to 5, right?
Hmm.
But what I was doing 5 to 0, right? What I was doing, I was making the j in range of
1 to I
1
plus
to
1.
I plus 1.
Yes.
You're getting now. What this
Yes.
is doing, for I am reserving 5 places, but for j, I am making each and every row dependent on the row itself. Each and every position depend on the row itself. If the row has 5 numbers, I will reserve
six.
five positions. If
Yeah.
the row has four, if the row is four number, I'll reserve four positions. If it has three, if the number is three, I'll reserve three. If it is three, I'll reserve one. So
Oh,
like this, reservation is done. And now in this reservation, if you had printed J, I will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4,
one,
1, 2,
two,
3,
three.
4, 1, 2, 3,
One,
1,
two,
2, 3.
one.
If I had given I here, what it would have printed? It would have printed 5. It would have printed 4. It would have printed
Three.
3. It would
Three.
have printed 2. It would have
Two.
printed 1. Do you get the game now?
Yes.
You just using I, you're reserving the rows. Using J, you're fixing
Got.
the positions. That this is the kind of position that I want to make. Okay.
Okay.
And using the print statement, I am just giving the values in those positions.
Yeah.
Got it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now try this. Try this. This is a very good question. Try this. If you're able to solve this, very good. If not, we will discuss it after finishing the next session. At the end, after finishing everything, we'll discuss this. And if you're able to discuss this, I'll give you another question, which is also a good one. So just sharp your logic building with this. Do you see the fun in this thing? Do you see the fun now? Once you do more, once you dive deep into this, you will see the fun in this. Right now, it might seem a little bit confusing. It does for everyone. Everyone thinks this thing is messy and it's very bad, but it's not. It's actually not. When I learned this, the same thing happened. I was also confused like a lot, but slowly when you get into it, you get it. That okay, this is how it's done. Don't worry, just practice. How much you practice, that much you will see that okay. And don't think no interview will ask this thing. They'll think, yeah, no one will ask this thing. But this actually helps in how you form the logic of the codes. From where you want to start the I, from where you want to start the J. How does this J depend on that I? So those will be implemented in the future things, not in pattern, but in other concepts, right? Anything else you want me to go through, which you felt that I need to explain?
No, man. This much only. Thank you.
Okay, sure, no problem. Okay, so guys, I thought it would I thought it would have been a small session. I thought I could have finished in 1 hour, but yeah, it went to around more than 2.5 hours. No problem. My main intention was for you to understand all the things clearly as much as possible. So anything you want me to improve, guys, for in the next session? Any feedback I would like to improve? Hello.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Harish,
It is very good.
Akash, done.
No, like you are already doing good teaching. So
Sure. Anything you feel like you can always share, and please try to do that. Okay. And try
yeah,
these patterns. Some patterns you can think on your own also. That okay, let me try this. Let me try this. Because see, while discussing this pattern came right. So like this, you can also try a few on your own. If you get into it, you will get hold of it. That's not an issue. Just that don't leave it in between. Okay, it seems messy. No one will ask this. Let me not do it. You should not have that attitude towards this. Chalo. Okay, guys. See you next week. Good night. Bye. Thanks.
yeah. Thank you and good night. Bye.
Jai Bharat.